Hello everyone and welcome. We are Ronald Camelo
Charlith Ribón,
Maria Vega,
and Jhyreth Silva.
and today we are excited to share with you our standardized assessment project for this course. Our focus is on developing communicative competence through integrated tasks. That means creating opportunities for students to truly use language in a meaningful way. Not just isolated drills, but reading, writing, and speaking as interconnected skills. Our design is aligned with the key educational standards. In reading, we aim to evaluate students' ability to understand both main and specific ideas within descriptive, narrative, and argumentative texts. In writing, we focus on how students use writing language to express their personal opinions or thoughts, reflect their identity, and share also some understanding about the world. And in speaking, we look at how effectively they can communicate and engage in conversations about topics that matter to them, using clear and simple language, always considering the context and audience. Assessment objectives are threefold. First, to evaluate reading comprehension in both narrative and informative text. Second, to assess how students organize their writing and communicate their ideas. And third, to measure oral fluency, coherence, and interaction skills. For this project, we target 11th grade students, typically aged from 16 to 18 within a secondary education context. These students are at a pivotal point in their academic journey. They are preparing for high-stakes exams, making decisions about higher education, and also about considering future plans and also future planned career. So assessing their language skills at their stage is not only relevant, it's essential. All of this is guided by the Estándares Básicos de Competencias and aligned with the Common Europe Framework of Reference, specifically at the B1 level. Through this project, we aim to provide a structured and relevant way to evaluate key language skills.
Now it's time to explain why we chose the activities that are seen in the test. First, we chose the topic of integrated language skills through communicative tasks because it reflects real-life language use and allowed us to evaluate students in a general way. Now, for the reading task, we used an age-appropriate story about Professor Bumblebee and his jelly bean experiment. This type of narrative engages students while testing comprehension of main ideas, supporting details and inferential thinking. Now, the reading task invites students to imagine a trip to their favorite country by asking them to describe their experience using connectors and adjectives. We assess their narrative skills, vocabulary use, and grammatical accuracy, and of course, this type of questions motivate students' writing because it is about their interest. Well, finally, in the speaking task, students analyze pictures showing outdoors and indoor activities, comparing them and expressing personal preferences. Well, this task promotes interaction, spontaneous speech, and critical thinking, all of which are essential components of speaking proficiency.
Okay, so now explaining the implementation. To implement this assessment, the test will be carried out during 2 class sessions. The first session is dedicated to the reading and writing task, with printed materials and clear instructions. Okay, in this session, the students will work individually. In the second session, we'll carry out the speaking task. Each student will describe and compare the images while answering follow-up questions. Okay, so these questions are going to be guided by the teacher. We also created specific scoring rubrics for each skill. Reading items are scored with 1 point each. Writing is evaluated based on organization, grammar, coherence, and vocabulary. Okay, so this came to a total of 8 points. Speaking is assessed using criteria like fluency, pronunciation, vocabulary, and interaction, also totaling 8 points. This structure ensures consistency and objectivity in evaluation. This follows Douglas Brown's standardized test principles such as clarity, reliability, and practicality.
Now let's talk about challenges and creative solutions. During the design process, we faced some challenges, which are the following. First, when children was adapting tasks to fit different proficiency levels within the same group. To solve these, we used skillful questions and gave students simple answers to guide them. Another difficulty was how to fairly assess speaking in a large class. Our solution for that is to split students into smaller groups and rotate them while using peer observation checklists for formative input. And we also wanted to make the test engaging, so we added humor and imagination into reading content and writing tasks. This not only motivates students but also helps reduce test pressure or anxiety during the development of the test. Overall, this experience showed us how important it is to combine pedagogical creativity with the standard assessment principles to produce meaningful and fair evaluations. As final words, we have to say thank you for watching our video. We hope this project reflects our commitment to effective student-centered assessment design.